Hello everyone and welcome to yet another clan war between PigPan and Nocap. I'm Leonis and with me there is Jaxx. Hello.
Hello.
Alright. First time for our Cocaster time around. He's also a player, as we can see in the... There it is. Be fine. Alrighty, lots of tosses today. So, you excited?
For sure.
You're also playing a PvP against SRL.
Well, I'm Zerg, so I hope I'm not playing a PvP. But I'm sure we'll figure that out.
Are you Zerg?
Yeah,
What the hell?
I'm Zerg.
Why do I
Yeah.
have all the races wrong?
It's okay. It's my first time, so you know I'm sure everyone's still figuring it out. Are the rest of them right?
I don't know. I have an idea. Everything is a mystery to me. All right. First map will be Neo Humanity.
First matchup looks right. Zerg and Terran off to a good start.
Oh right, we're already at a break. Perfect. I mean, we don't have like possible 9 games to play, so okay. Since everyone is ready, and finally get to loading screen. That's the incorrect map. As usual. I'm not even surprised anymore.
Nice graphic set you have though.
Basically everything is standard from the casting. Sort of. Just mixed and matched.
All right.
Yeah, I think just the backgrounds I had to find a few searches on the internet, you know.
Gotcha.
Aside that.
So how does the format of this work? I guess we'll introduce the players and then maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that after the intro. We do have a little time, but it's not enough to explain all the ins and outs.
Yeah, before the Reaper gets there at least.
Alright, anyhow, for the first match of the day, we have on the bottom right corner of Neo Humanity, it is playing Terran, it's Lira.
And in the top left side for PigPan, we have Arwin.
Alright, so as we were talking, the format is it's a theoretical best of 9, but we have 8 1v1s between different players each time. And since we have 8 players and not 9, the nymph game will be played on an ace match, which means that both teams decide which basically, since it would usually be each team decide one player to be resurrected, quote unquote,
right,
to play against each other. But usually, since this is a friendly clan war, we're going with we ask the player which match they want to replay, and if there's more than 2, they fight to the they cordially decide between themselves which one want to play. And
oh, that's nice. I like that. So that only plays if it's 4-4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In rare cases, we had...
How about this drone scout, by the way, from Arwin?
very...
Very nervous.
I mean,
I don't blame him in the clan war, you know? Don't want to get proxy raxed or some nonsense.
Yeah, you can basically go with the old standard. You lose a drone, so you lose lots of mining time with that, and it's not without its cost, but it has its reasons, for sure.
Yeah, SCV scout as well from our Terran player here.
Defensive Reaper from Lira so far. I mean, if you are going to go for an SCV scout, you can keep the Reaper at home. It's still useful to send it out, yeah, as we can see, but
Yeah, at least now that he knows it wasn't pool first with the
Yeah.
SCV scout, it's safe to go out with the Reaper.
Yeah. Also, the Reaper has to go out as soon as possible to try and deny the first creep tumor.
Right. And this is a super short map, rush distance wise, so the Reaper gets here so early. It's so hard to defend this
We don't
Reaper on
have
this map.
links though. We had a
Yeah.
skip on links by Arwin because he thought that with the drone scout he would be fine, but he loses a drone for that, and that's already more mining time lost for a Zerg player.
Yeah, he also doesn't have a drone out on the map to take a third, so I don't know if he's going to try to make a quick 2-base here, or if he's just going to try to sneak that drone out at some point. This is going to be tough.
It'll be very hard to try and get the third base as well, because without any covering, any coverage from the Zerglings, really cannot contest the reef.
He also hasn't mined out those gold minerals, so the third base, the forward triangle third base, is really the only third base he can take unless he wants to take the rich gas. So really that Reaper, I'm surprised it's not back over there trying to deny that base, because it's really difficult to take a base now.
It's going back there at the moment, but at the same time we do have a starport, the third base for Terran. I think Lira is pretty comfortable at this stage. He's behind the worker, but it's not too much of an issue against Zerg. You do have an idle worker on the natural, but not an idle worker beside the marine in the main, but a few idle workers are nothing to be worried about.
Are we gonna see a Baneling bust here?
Oh,
it's like trying to hide the Baneling nest in the back. Super early, although now the layer's coming up.
Very early layer, maybe for Bane speed. And you would be correct if Bane speed is the priority here. Now Reaper doesn't get the tumor, actually gets killed. Oh, a little bit of micro mismanagement by Lira. Loses most of its scouting, and without that scouting information, it might be a little blindsided by the Bane nest.
Yeah, that's big, and he's making just lings right now. Maybe this is defensive, but
I don't think it's defensive. That's an aggressive number of lings.
Oh, now we're getting Overlord speed, so maybe he's going for some sort of Zergling drop.
Maybe Bane drop, I would presume.
Now back into drones. I think those lings might have just been defensive. Around the 4-minute mark, you know, Hellions can come over, so sometimes you just make lings blindly around 4 minutes.
That's still an aggressive number of lings.
It is, and Arwin's super behind economically now.
Okay, the Zerglings are moving around, probably trying to scout the third by the movement path. We do have a wall for Lira just building, so Lynx will not be able to get some damage into the natural as well. Vikings still patrolling the possible overload spots. Scout on the goal, on the third, that would be taken full bar. Up.
Double Evo for Arwin, starting with +1 melee, and you were right with Baneling speed first off the layer.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have the gas for the armor upgrade yet.
Now, we don't have anything to actually put the Banelings into the mineral lines, and I would love to see an overload on the other side of the map, trying to move into a dropper load, what they're called. Otherwise, I don't really see these Banelings doing much beside maybe blowing up the wall. Right, the Zerglings just rush to their death, figure out that there is a third. It's also heavily defended.
We're getting that dropper lord now. It looks like it's going to be a Zergling drop.
Zergling drop I'm not too much of a fan of. I mean, it can
Nothing
still...
insane though.
Will still deal damage. Not like it's completely useless, but it could be more. Let's just put it that way. Zerglings unloading. I don't think there is any blind spot in this base for Lira. Yeah.
It's getting into the mineral line.
Alright, a few SCVs will go down. But we have a quick response, sort of quick response from Lira, and the worst is avoided.
That's pretty nice though, right? 6 SCVs for just that little drop. Saves the Overlord so it can go back in if he wants to later.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if those were banelings, I'm pretty sure we would be seeing 18 SCVs down.
Yeah, yeah, and he's just like so far behind economically, so this is gonna be a tough push to stop.
Also, we have to notice that we have a piece of tech, which is the baneling nest, with a research behind it, which is the baneling speed, that has not been used. Also, we don't have any defenses for this push for the time being. We have to evacuate the third, but Lira doesn't care about the third. He just wants to crush this army here.
Baneling speed way too late. Arwin looks like he's in big trouble here.
This ball of Marine cannot be contested by just a few links, and as the queens fall, I don't think there is anything for a Zerg player to try and deny this slaughter.
We can get these banelings up. Where's the tank at? Oh, it's still in there.
Still in there.
Okay, the banelings are big. Oh! Oh, not quite enough, I don't think. Really
No.
nice connections, though.
Yeah, there was an attempt. This new wave of banelings might be able to crush this army, but at what cost, I have to ask, because we already see the third base almost falling, probably falling in a few seconds. There we go. And really no damage has been done to the economy or the army. Okay, now the army is mostly.
Banelings on the tank, you'd never want that. Now to 24 workers, this one looks pretty over.
Yeah, 43 supply against 107. If this isn't a Terran win, I don't know what is.
A great job by Lira denying that third base early, really taking the momentum on this game early on, and really hard to come back from that economic spot.
Yeah. But I think the main problems here were a little bit of undecisiveness by Arwin, who didn't know whether to go for eco or for units, and when we saw an attack, it wasn't as convincing as the one from Lira, and Harass didn't really do too much.
Yeah, and then, you know, on this map, I think it's so important to have the watchtowers as Zerg. It's really not that hard to take them, and it gives you like full map vision. If you had them, you might have seen this move out coming and had banelings in time, but with no banelings, it's just impossible to stop this marine ball, and just did way too much damage early on.
On the bright side, a little bit of a micro trick that was used at the last few seconds. The banelings were not a move this time around, they were move commanded into the marines, and that is usually the correct way to do it.
I love the fighting spirit from Arwin.
Ah, lots of fighting spirit. I mean, he's about to finish +2. That's gotta count for something, right? You're on one base.
His 2 Zerglings and 5 Banes now have that big upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Here's the big fight.
Oh,
Oh,
I missed it.
it's okay. It was a couple Zerglings.
A couple banelings just
GG.
into nothingness. Oh, right.